Eve's a mighty warrior!
Atom Eve is one of the most powerful characters in Invincible. Despite that, however, she contributes a lot less to fights than you'd expect. She has the ability to see atoms and manipulate them at will after scientists experimented on her mother before she was born. The US basically made Gojo in a lab. Her only weakness are mental blocks put in her at birth to nerf her powers. Keep in mind that the mental blocks only stop her from manipulating organic matter, meaning that she still has full control over all non-organic material, giving her one of the most broken powers in the entire series. Unfortunately for her, she's held back by something no one else could ever beat themselves. I think Robert Kirkman is a good writer, but I don't think he can handle how strong he's made his own character. He has said publicly before that Eve's too complicated for him to write for. This causes a strain on Eve's moveset. If Kirkman doesn't know what to do with Eve, then the artists don't know how to show off her powers. This is very true with the show as well. Not to say that I don't like the way her powers look animated. I think her fights are fine, but I do think the writer's limited imagination limits what she can do on screen. There are some good scenes like the highway fight in the Atom Eve special and Eve's fight with Conquest, regardless of how short it was. It's just interesting to see her do more than make the same pink constructs, like turning the air into water or turning someone's clothes into metal. Maybe they keep the constructs to a minimum because anything more might kill the animation team.
Come on guys, we're gonna do this if it kills us. And a 1, and a 2, and a...
They wanted you to have this.
But those scenes got me thinking, why doesn't she do stuff like that more often? Then I remembered the story she's from. Despite the fact that Eve should technically be the most powerful character in the show, she has to either get nerfed, get excluded, or only fight fodder. Simply put, Eve isn't allowed to be the strongest. She can't be stronger than the main villains because the audience would wonder why she doesn't just 1v1 Thrag and end the war. She can be stronger than the other heroes because they're like ants compared to Ultramites. One could take down all the Guardians at once. Imagine if all 50 attacked at the same time. She has to be weaker to Mark because it's his name on the title. Therefore, he has to be in the front solving the problem. The only exception to this rule is when Eve has to help Mark in some way. Then she breaks her limits like Goku and becomes unstoppable. The perfect example of this being the Conquest fight. Eve comes back from death by breaking her mental blocks and fires a beam that burns most of Conquest's skin off. Quick side note, why can't she fire more energy blasts? I get that the one she hit Conquest with was at her at max power, but what's to stop her from doing weaker versions of the beam regularly? I think maybe I'm asking too many questions here. Of course, after she fires a blast, she passes out and Conquest gets back up like he didn't just lose 80% of his flesh, and Invincible headbutts him to death like a Mortal Kombat fatality. The point I'm trying to make is that Eve can only be strong when she's helping Mark. Just to assist in giving him the win he couldn't get on his own. I think of it like a Saiyan arc situation, where Goku depended on the help of his friends, otherwise he would have died. If a single character was missing from that final battle, then Earth was guaranteed to be destroyed, which is similar in Invincible, except I don't think Oliver contributed a whole lot to that fight besides almost getting ripped in half while Mark recovers. If you make a character as powerful as the plot wants them to be while dismissing the established lore behind their abilities, congratulations, you've made a plot device. Which brings me to my last question. Is Atom Eve a potential man? For those of you who aren't chronically online, a potential man is a meme created by a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen who felt so strongly about Megumi Fushigro's character that he made one of the greatest slander pieces in fiction. So much so that it's become a meme template for different fandoms to use when a character is told to have such high potential from their own story and fans alike, but don't usually live up to those high expectations. I think of it like this: if and when, but never is. Atom Eve could be the strongest. She could get stronger in the future, but she'll always be second place to the people who can punch really hard. She has insane versatility between her matter manipulation and her constructs, but until she's needed, she'll be fighting fodder enemies, even though she could turn the sky into an ocean if she really wanted to. Which is kind of Eve's whole character, to be honest. Could, but never does. I still really like Atom Eve. I think at worst she can be a flat character at times, but with the show still ongoing, it has a chance to fix some of my issues with the character. From a scaling perspective, I think the only way to unleash her full potential is to make the other Viltrumites even stronger than before. The show writers already did that a little bit with Thrag. Since the show is going into later portions of the story, Eve will have more to do in general. I just hope we get more out of Eve aside from being Invincible's girlfriend. And hopefully more character interactions than just sitting on a roof for a whole season. But since they have the whole house to themselves, I doubt that'll be a problem anymore. I don't really know how to end this video. Follow the Twitch. Next video soon. Eventually.